I love these guys. You know, like I told them in the locker room, as painful as this is, these players have changed the trajectory of this program in the last 3 years. And I'm encouraged, no matter where they go, where I go, I'm encouraged this program's going to keep climbing no matter who's at the helm, because we've built a good culture. A lot of things didn't go our way today. We obviously could have played a lot better. But again, the love and that we have for these guys and they have for each other is probably the biggest thing that we got out of this year. They did a hell of a job. 9-4 wasn't what we were expecting. But again, at the end of the day, as men in that locker room, we got better. We got better as men. And I'm encouraged as when they finish their football careers, they're going to be great men in this world. And when it's all said and done, that's all I can ask.
Open to questions. First question.
Cole, 2 words, missed opportunities, correct?
Sir.
When you look at your time at USF, what's the one thing you're going to remember the most?
I'm going to remember this year, you know. Just finished my 5th season here. Got here in 2021. Went through 2-10, 1-11, numerous coordinator changes, a couple different head coaches. Stayed the course. Knew that this place had something special in store for me. Just, you know, had this feeling that this is where I was meant to be, and going and accomplishing some of the things that we did this year, and just these coaches that care so much about us and the guys that I've been blessed enough to be around. I'm going to remember that. I'm going to remember the brotherhood. I'm going to remember how not a single guy on this entire team, not a single coach stopped swinging, stopped fighting. We went through some of the craziest adversity that you could imagine, and just the will to just keep going. That's what I'm going to remember, these guys that I fight with every day.
Kevin and Cole, there's a lot of talk around college football that bowl season is diminished or it's losing its value. Just the pain I'm seeing from you guys, I know you guys care. So why are bowl games still so important in trying to cap a season with a win?
I think it's the opportunity to compete. You know, it's what I'm used to. And I think it puts it on a national stage a little bit more than the regular season. It is crazy what's happening in college football these days. We talk about it often. It's not the young men playing, I think it's the adults that are messing it up. And you can only control what you can control. I can't control all that. I know that, the way I grew up, this was, no matter what bowl you go to, it's an opportunity that we should be proud of to go represent our school, our university, all the men and women that are a part of that. And that's what bowl season's supposed to be about. And it's sad to a degree, but again, it's something that I can't control, and we're just going to adjust over time as this thing goes. But I'm proud of these guys. That's all I want to talk about, really, how proud I am of these guys and the men and women that stayed here and fought through this, just like Cole said a minute ago. That speaks volumes about, our culture, but also it speaks volumes about the future of our country. The great people like this, hardworking people like this, come together, fight through some adversity.
Coach, Chris Kleinman just basically hung it up at Kansas State. Are you seeing a lot of good coaches just saying, no mas, I can't do this anymore because it's the Wild West, there's no rules?
I don't know that coach. I don't know all of his reasons and what that made him choose to do that. So really don't have any opinion on that. And, obviously people deal with adversity and change a lot different, a lot different than how I may have dealt with it or you may have dealt with it. But I can't really answer that question of why he chose to do that. But I'm good.
Coach, obviously you would have rather seen it happen to win, and I know that Gaston had his struggles, but I know Monday you had talked about seeing passes in practice from Gaston and how he'd be, hey, look at that. Did you have that moment in that touchdown where he found Chris Neptune in the end zone there, and would you call that a high point of the game? And Cole, please feel free to
I'll let
pitch in
Cole
when you'd
answer
like.
that.
Yeah, like I said, when we first got here, Gaston, he's a class act guy. He's a guy that we all trust, we all rally behind, have 100% faith in him. Not just me, the entire O-line, the entire offense, the entire team. That guy's a grinder. He shows up every day. Wasn't perfect, but I couldn't be more proud of him in the way that he stepped up and led this offense. No matter how the game went, he didn't blink. Came right back to the huddle, dapped every single one of us up, told us to keep going. Guy's unbreakable. We couldn't be more thankful for him.
Yeah, Gas played his tail off. I mean, there's 11 guys out there at any one time that have an effect on that play. Just doesn't fall on Gas. I know Cole will say that as well. I mean, we can all look within ourselves to see what we could have done better as coaches and as players, but it's 11 guys out there that affect that play. So I'm proud of Gas. I'm proud of Gas and proud of Locke. I've always, the day Locke got here, I thought he was going to, I thought his future was bright. And in things like this, again, you go through some tough times and some adversity like this, and, greatness is born. So, like I said, I'm proud of these guys and what they did this year. And, again, opportunities like this are going to hopefully be reflected in great things to come in the future.
Kevin, you guys faced a lot of adversity in this one, and obviously that play in the third quarter with Gaston getting hurt, the penalties there, and then Matt getting hurt earlier in the game as well really kind of took the wheels out from under you guys. Was there anything in particular that you heard from the refs or whatever that led to kind of the meltdown and that particular play?
I have no comment on that play or a couple other plays that are out there that happen out there, and have no comment.
Hey, Cole and Coach, the cancer awareness component, just talk a little bit about the importance of this bowl game and what it can do to help save lives and get that conversation continuing to go.
I'd like to answer that first. My mother-in-law, she passed away from cancer. My roommate from college got cancer while we were in college. One of my best friends 2 years ago had kidney cancer. It's to be a part of this bowl, create more awareness, raise money. I couldn't be more proud to be a part of it. Joyce Patrick, my mother-in-law, Matthew Supran, my best friend, and Brad Shire, my roommate from college. We represented those guys, win or lose today, and everybody else out there that fights that battle. It's an unbiased, issue. It attacks anybody. And I just couldn't be more proud to be a part of such a great bowl and a benefit to raise awareness and raise money for all those out there affected by it.
Yeah, I've been fortunate most of my life. Haven't been hugely affected, but I know a lot of people who have. And this past year, someone who I love dearly, one of their parents has been going through it, and been battling with cancer. And so when we got announced that we were coming to this bowl, it was kind of a moment for me, like, man, this is where we're meant to be. There's a reason for everything, and that goes back to my faith and all that. But to be here to represent this university and to fight for this cause and raise awareness and raise money, it means everything. It's one of the most pressing medical issues in the entire world, and I don't think there's enough awareness that could be brought to it. But bowls like this, organizations like this, doing their part, it makes a huge impact. That it's bigger than ball. Like I said when I first got here, this is a real life thing, and win, lose, or draw, we're fighting for this cause. We're standing up for this cause.
I'd like to also tell, I kind of missed it at the beginning, Coach Ronnie and that staff over there and that program, that culture he's built. You saw it throughout the year. That's a tough group. That's a damn good football team. It's like I said, when we were coming to this bowl against this game against them, watch their first play against Indiana and how they played. I mean, hats off to those guys. Class act. They did a hell of a job, and they should be very proud of what they've done.
For both of you, and my last question, Coach used to preach about the 24-hour rule, win or lose, get rid of it. It's going to be tough to get rid of this in 24 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, process doesn't change. Got to go back. Just because it's the last game of the season doesn't mean we just wipe it, ignore it. There's a lot to clean up. There was some good, there was some bad. Process doesn't change. I'll be in there tomorrow. I'll be watching the tape, figuring out what I could have done better, what we could have done better as an offensive line, and I know these coaches will too.
Cole, there were so many incredible highs this season, beating Boise, Florida, North Texas, national rankings, getting in the playoff standings. You've also had to endure a coaching change, a frustrating bowl game, a journey. What did being part of this teach you and everybody in that room? What do you think you guys are going to be left with after all the highs and lows that you endured?
Mm-hmm. It's hard to say. It's hard to say right now what it's going to look like. All I know is that this team has accomplished, more than I ever thought we could, and I just couldn't be more proud of these guys and these coaches, specifically the coaches that have stayed through all this, continued to pour into us, have showed up every day and worked their tails off. We couldn't be more thankful. That's all I got.
The future of this program is bright. We got great leadership. There's some great players that are going to step up next year. They're going to learn from this. Again, hats off to these guys and what they did this year. We got back here 3 years ago, and it was dim. It was dim. And again, I'll say the future is bright, and it starts at the top. Mr. Higgins and his staff and our administration are pouring into this program, pouring into the players, not only our sport but every other sport. I think you see that. And again, it's hats off to every one of these guys that battled this year. There were a lot of highs. There were some lows. These guys they'll work through it. I'm gonna tell you right now. I mean, just like Cole, 24-hour rule. I mean, this eats at you, and it will eat at you. But they're strong enough. God doesn't give anything you can't handle. And these guys are gonna work through this, and that's life. I mean, that's life. It could be a lot worse. There's people going through a lot worse things than what we're going through right now. And these guys will rebound. We'll all rebound. That's what we do. That's football.
Kevin, just what has this been like having to do the coaching, shorthanded on staff, trying to get it all together just to play a game, missing players, missing coaches? What has your reflection been, I guess, after having a few minutes to think about just what this has been like the last 2.5 weeks as you've tried to guide this program in for a landing on 2025?
It was awesome. I mean, I tell you what, I love coaching ball. I love coaching that D-line. I love being around these guys. I'm thrilled, that Mr. Higgins asked me to step in front, and I didn't do it by myself. We have a great staff that was here. We finished the year off in our recruiting. I mean, a lot of people would have probably hung it up, but it was strong. We signed a lot of great players, a lot of class acts, a lot of great students. It was just a great opportunity. Like I was telling her, I got to connect with a couple, and I've been able to connect with a lot of guys, but I got an opportunity to connect with a lot more guys. I've had more guys sitting in my office from across the ball this past week. I mean, even just the last person I hugged coming in here was Neptune. I mean, he came in, sat down with me, him getting to know me a little bit more. That to me is the wealth that I got out of it. It just enriched my life even more, and I couldn't have been happier. We had so much fun, and that's what these guys they'll battle through this. It's easy to have great, be happy and with all the good times, man. Sometimes you got to look at some of the rough spots in your life, and especially in this sport, and you got to smile upon it, because that's how you grow. And I've grown as a football coach, but I grew as a man, and I truly believe once you stop, learning, stop growing, you start dying. And I'm telling you what, these guys brought more life and more spirit into my life than I didn't think it was possible. I had a great opportunity, and I took advantage of it. But again, I didn't do this by myself. We had a lot of great men and women that really supported us through this, and I'll never forget for the rest of my life. I know it was a tough loss, but There's a lot of great things I'm going to take out of this. This guy here sitting to my right, I thought we were always pretty close every day, but I tell you what, just to see his leadership, it just inspired me, and this is why I coach. Guys like that is why I coach. Guys like Mike Lofton is why I coach. Neptunes, Mike Williams, Josh Seliskars. Rich. This is the biggest blessing I've ever had in my coaching career, and I couldn't be more proud, no matter what the score was tonight.